Mr. Haynes, how are you? I've been wondering where you've been. I've been cleaning rooms all morning, baking bread. Room number 3 already clean. Would you like that one? I've been baking bread all morning. I've been out back boiling the water. I've been doing all the sheets up this morning. Number 3 is ready for you with nice clean sheets. Have you eaten dinner yet? Hey, listen, don't worry about it. I've got some homemade bread on the stove, and I probably have got leftovers in the oven. So come on to the kitchen with me. We'll see what we can find you. They just came in. How about a good old BLT, bacon, lettuce, and tomato? I've got fresh tomatoes out of the garden. Have a seat. I'll cook you up something really good. Back in the early day, they would have used these ice tongs to get the big blocks of ice out of the wooden ice boxes that they had. Those wooden ice boxes really came in handy. The Iceman would deliver you a big block of ice early in the morning, and it would last you maybe a couple of days if you kept it in your icebox properly. That's how they kept everything really nice and cold and kept the milk from spoiling. That was the main thing. And then this wonderful old dishwasher here where you could actually put your dishes in, put the boiling hot water in, and spin those dishes around with this wonderful handle. They thought of everything. I tell you what, I think this dishwasher may work better than mine now. Of course, they had the wonderful old kitchen cabinet that held everything right at your fingertips. All your spices, all your handy jars, all your coffee, your baking soda, and a wonderful porcelain top, which was, of course, the early day Formica. And it kept everything right here handy, so you could even cook a cake at any time, have your flour in here, measure it out, sift it, and be ready to go. Of course, the wonderful glass milk bottles kept the milk really ice cold. Try it sometime. Put your milk in glass instead of plastic, and it does keep it much colder. Good old ice cream scoop. Perfect scoop every time on that fresh piece of homemade pie. In the early 1992, when the hotel was built, for a week, you stayed a week, all your meals were taken care of with a crisp $5 bill. You could stay in the hotel here for $10, which was a perfect price. The owners of the hotel had the hotel in their family for over 80 years, and the owners cooked and did all the cooking right here in the kitchen. And they had the best meals. They had travelers from all over that would come back and stay because they knew they could get a wonderful home-cooked meal by, of course, Mrs. Foster, who had a special flair for cooking. Early day utensils, they were perfect. This one amazes me. It's an early day pot cleaner made out of metal. Filled your pot with hot soapy water, and then you would slosh this around and this would get all the debris off. Pretty ingenious, huh? Wonderful other gadgets here. There's a potato slicer on the end, a wonderful little container that exactly fits your jar. You can pour stuff in your jars to keep. This wonderful little gadget here with the cage on the end, well, what could that be? You put your bar of soap in there and you would swish it around in your dishwater and make nice hot soapy water. Pretty clever. Little egg beater here, another wonderful chopper. And look at this, early day egg poacher. Perfect eggs every time. They were pretty ingenious, huh? Look at this. You Place this on your stove, put 2 slices of toast in there, and perfect toast. Love it. Good old cast iron skillet worked for several things. Frying bacon up, and as they used to say, if you caught someone in their house stealing, you could chase them down with a frying pan, and one hit in the head would knock them out cold. This is ingenious. The perfect apple peeler. It would peel your apples so you could make a fresh apple pie. You'd make your crust right here on your old kitchen cabinet. Make the fresh bread, and the perfect deal was, of course, the butter churn, where you poured your fresh cream into the deal. Has a plunger on the end. Plunge it up and down several times, and you have fresh butter. We've got this ingenious little one. If you didn't want to make that much butter, same thing. Put your fresh cream in, turn it several times, and it made your butter. This is a little ingenious item, the perfect cherry seeder. Put your fresh cherries in there, it would seed your cherries, and you were ready for that crisp cherry pie right out of the oven. Mr. Haynes, would you like a nice cup of hot coffee to sit in the parlor with before you go up to your room? Mr. Haynes, I'm going to go upstairs and get your room ready while you're having your nice cup of coffee. I'll meet you upstairs in about 5 minutes, okay? This is the early day parlor area, or the dining room, where if you came to the hotel, you might congregate or meet or eat with other people. And they have a few interesting things in here that I'd really like to show you. One of the neatest things, if the hotel got too full, or a lot of the early day homes got too full, you would have a Murphy bed in your home. The Murphy beds were a great invention. They were a hideaway bed that didn't look like a bed, and all you'd do is when you had a guest come, you would pull it out, fluff that feather pelt mattress up, and you were ready to go. Pretty ingenious, huh? As you remember, in 1892 there was no electricity. So in the evenings they might gather in here in the parlor, and they might sit and turn on, of course, the kerosene lantern, and they might sit and play the piano and sing a few songs, play the harpsichord. We have some early day also, the accordion up there, and the baritone, and some of the instruments that are displayed here for early day instruments that they might have played. We also have a wonderful old china cabinet that displays some of the china that they might have used during that time period. Of course, the old punch bowl that's in the room, and one of the old hotel register discs in one of the earlier hotels that's here also in the parlor. They would have probably congregated here, and if it was real hot, they would have congregated out on the front porch and might have visited and played a few little songs and had a good evening just visiting, catching up with old times. Mr. Haynes, I've got your room ready. Follow me upstairs and I'll escort you in. Mr. Haynes, enjoy your room. If you need something, just holler.
Of course, all of these rooms were small rooms, but we have restored some of these rooms and have done them up in different rooms. This is our children's room, our early day babies and children's, and this is what we have housed in here. This is our early day doctor's room, and one of our doctors that was a early day doctor here, Dr. Alpha Johnson, these were the things that they donated to the Historical Society, and we have those in his own little private office up here upstairs. Our room that we call our cowboy room, and it's kind of furnished like the early day cowboy. Things that he would use are furnished in there. His boots, his the old feather bed on the bed, and shaving jar up there in the mud with a brush, and the collars, and old hats, and so forth. We also had a lot of railroaders that stayed here that with the railroad, and a lot of them stayed here by the month, and so they were always comfortable with the family style served meal, and they were always comfortable in their rooms.
Welcome to Hotel El Reno, where you would have been in an early day room, just like this one here. It would have been very small, very quaint, maybe a rocker in the corner so you could have done some reading. Always had to have a kerosene lamp, and always had to have this wonderful thunder jug, they called them. Thunder jug would house water because there wasn't bathroom facilities. You would either have to go out back to the outhouse, or you could use the bathroom in one of the quaint thunder jugs. We appreciate your stay so much. Come back and see us anytime. We really appreciate it. Unlike the other customers that come in, we've excluded the railroaders because they've been coming in at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. It disturbs our other customers. So if they can check in before 9 o'clock, we let them stay. But if they can't, they don't get to stay. We like to keep all of our customers here at the Hotel El Reno happy. Come back and see us anytime. I'm going to start on the bread.